Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and let's get some games here. Send me challenge if you want to play, and you can also follow stream and get something from here about our games. I don't have to take, right? Let's bring pieces. Okay, because before can be threat, like he will kick my knight and my knight will be disactive square. For example e2, but that doesn't mean because even e4 could be hang after that. So let's still don't let him to kick that. d4 can be a move, but I don't know it will be good for him or not, because I would try to pressure that. If he castle, that's okay, right? Let's get this knight on active square. That should be a mistake, right? I would like also take on this pawn on f7 and take the rook, but at the time knight wasn't guarding the bishop, but in this position. Let's see if it works or not, because if I take the queen, okay, he would take only two pieces here, right? Okay, if I take, he will take with a queen. He resigned because also if he takes the bishop, his rook on h8 was hanging. Our first win. Okay, you can take. Let's defend this, right? b2 will be hanged, so let's defend it, right? I can take and play knight a4 and win the pawn from here. Okay, I'm not taking still, but this is defending the knight and c3. Let's bring the bishop out here. Maybe b5, but after that b4. Let's go b4 right now. Let's take with a pawn because this pawn is hanging. He will try to bring that queen back, and we have enough time to protect this pawn on e4. Can it works? e6, just force him to take that. That's a little bit problem because he's trying to take this bishop on e3. My pawns will be double, but I don't know. Maybe that should be okay. Let's try to prepare for it. If he takes, that file will be open. Let's take, and h2 will be under attack, so let's bring this on g3, right? h2 from h3, that should be a mistake. That would be made anyway. If he takes with a bishop, that could happen, but not now. Can we go here and knight c5? Yes. I can go even bishop back and trade, right? A7 is hang too. How can he attack? Rook c1 is possible, right? Let's see if he can do that or not. He has a lot of plans, right? My knight was under attack, but queen a7 is protecting that. That was hanging too. He is plundering all these queenside pawns. And he can take, right? So let's defend this bishop for not losing a material. e7 is hang. And if I can go even there, just r7 will be hang, right? If not, if king f8 after that, I don't know. Maybe that should be risky there. Yes, probably, because g6 will be hang after that. Okay, he blunders his rook. Or not. Oh no, sorry. Let's try to mate him. Okay, that's a fork. I'm not sure even can I win this or not. Okay, that's a draw, yes? At least draw. Okay, that should be made. Very well played, yes? He wants rematch. I will say that middle game he played terrible because he lost all his pawns there. He's also like to bring his queen early on that queen side, try to create some threats, but what is this move? Bishop f3 and then g2 back. I don't know. Okay, knight e5 and then I will just kick that. If not, his pawns will be double. Okay, let's just defend this pawn. And then see if I can be a move right. Now I can't. Okay, I was trying to trap his queen, like it was in b7. Rook b8 just would do that. Let's see if he can trade the queen against two rooks or not, which he doesn't. Okay, let's bring it to stage 6 and see. He's up a pawn, but my position isn't terrible, yes? So everything is defended. These central figures are doing great job. Also the knight is protecting. So that should be okay, right? What if e3? I'm not sure. Bit yes. Okay, he could actually take because he's now down a pawn. I think he can take it in the future. D4. And what if trade here? This can be a little bit bad, right? Let's still defend with a bishop. I can't castle, so let's go c3 and d4 because d4 is overprotected from him. Okay, I think he has to take. He's down a pawn and I can castle, right? By d5 will be hang. Okay, let's castle anyway. After maybe that straight. f7 will be hang, yes. a4, a5 is a move. Okay, let's try to do that. Even p5. Let's go p5, force him to take. Okay, now we have trade here. c4, take, and queen b3, yes? Is it gonna work or not? Can I take the knight? He has also check, but that should be trade and he will lose the knight. So that can't be good for him. Let's take the bishop first. With a rook. Because he will take with a check and I can't take it back, right? Okay, I think I have to do that. Well, now let's play knight f6 and g6 can be a move, right? King's Indian defense, which is very famous. Also, d6 and d5 could be a little bit good than this, but that's still okay. Because c5, I am also trying to break it. Break this central pawn and have this very nice bishop over here. Okay, let's attack here. This is a pin, let's create. Also, f5 can be good there. Let's take and... Is this a move? Or I don't know. Okay, the knight is defended, right? So let's attack like this and take his bishop. Knight c2 can be moved. Okay, he's not blundering, he can take and fork my rooks, which I missed. Let's take this pawn, right? Is this okay or not? Queen g5 and knight f4 is a threat, right? Because that will be attack on his queen and pawn on g2. Queen f3 even can't work. Okay, what he played. I was thinking that knight f4 and then queen f3 won't work because that wasn't protected. My rook was attacking on it, but he anyway plays it. Just 1700 rated players, and also blundering so much queens there. Okay, he kicks the knight, but he's opening also that position where he can also castle. That's a little bit weak for him. Now I can't take. That would be check on b5 and I would lose my queen. And I defend it from that check. And he understands that he has to defend that now. That was a really famous trap here. But I think all lower rated are falling for it. Let's bring the knight on g6, but there can be another plan. Okay, I said that, not a problem. I will try to break this pawn chain. Even my king on the center is defended, right? And because my pieces, I think, is a little bit active, I will try to attack on it. Just how can I defend? That's very big square, right? That g6. Okay, take it. I will try to bring my knight on this c4, even b3 can be a move. Bishop here in defense doing great job here. He can't jump on these weak squares for me, which I'm happy to see. Okay, he took that pawn. Let's bring the knight on c4. That should be right idea, yes? Okay, that's a check. Let's try to bring this king on queenside, so we can have some trades, why not? Okay, I think I have to take with a king. Rook c1 and b3, if it defends that somehow can be threat, so at the time we need to bring this king on b8. Let's see how he can respond this move. I still can attack my knight and try to take. That's also attacking his pawn on b2, which I could even take, but somehow he can't protect. If rook b1, just a3 will be hanged, so I can take with a bishop 2, because if he takes, he will lose the rook. So the knight is hanging, I'm forcing him moves, a3 is hanging. Now I can't take, right? But I can protect. Because if protect, my pawns will be very nice placed. And also I would have this passed pawn here. Okay, the rook is guarding by the knight. The pawn isn't, but he will take, and I would be down a pawn, and that's the diagonal would be also active. Okay, if I take, I will lose something there or not? I think not. He probably missed this. Maybe he fought queen f7 and tried to pressure here, but bishop is protecting a8 and rook is defending. All these pieces are guarded. His time is also low. Maybe he's gonna lose on time, but he's down a full figure. And I have really good passed pawn. Let's take this one too, why not? Okay, his plan is to push that. I don't think that's gonna work, but let's check. He will block. He's not even blocking. And that's a pin. Oh, hi bro. Are you improving your chess? You aren't playing with me so much time. I think you can still get better at chess. Okay, I lost here. I won here. Do you wanna play, Faris Nasser? Okay, let's play one more game, and you think about that. We have Scandinavian defense here. Let's get just simple development here. With castle, right? Okay, castle, because now I can take. At that time I couldn't take because my king will be pinned there. So let's do that. My elo got out in blitz and I have 320 elo. Okay, very good. Really very good, you know? You were 100 and maximum 200, right? Okay, you are improving so fast. How much years you spent to learn chess? How much you are playing chess? Okay, my position is better here, right? You can also long castle here, like 1 hour a day. Well, okay, good, but when you are playing and the difference when you are learning, that's all 1 hour or not? Levi videos. Okay, that also can work. I think Hikaru's videos is a little bit good then. Lewis, right? Also, Icarus, like slow run, also can help you. Oh, okay, I can take. How many years are you playing chess? 1 or 2? Okay, let's get this. Don't let him to bring his queen on h3 and try to mate. Ah, okay, I'm down a move here, right? That's why I can defend. Okay, I know he will do that. D6 is a very normal move, I will say. Almost all players like this rated. They are playing so much like that. D5 wasn't mistake also. I think that's a little bit slow. Takes, I will be at opponent, he can take, right? Every time I try to pre-move, it's not working right. Pre-move, you can do only one pre-move, right? If yes, you can change it from your settings. If you mean that, I can help you. He lost the knight here. Yes. I think if now you can't pre-move, just that doesn't working. That's you need to own that on the in the settings. You can also because that's a little bit lagging when I am doing all these settings or when I am quitting this chess. If you can also go YouTube and try to find some videos there. I also did that when I didn't know how to do that pre-moves. And you can see and do that, right? Try this. If that can't work, I will help you, right? Let's bring this. Okay, now that's under attack. And one more time, but I don't wanna try it. No. If I trade he can bring the bishop and also he's trying to do that. When I press in settings, all settings. In the bottom you have friends list, messages list, and settings list. You need to click that setting button. That's very easy to find. In the left button, click it and that's the setting. Okay, I will. After this game, I will say you how you can on that pre-moves. Let's bring another one here. I can take, right? They can't defend that. Even d4 won't work, probably. Okay, now we'll trade it. Let's bring this on p6 because this b2 is actually hanging. I don't need to trade these pawns because somehow I'm taking this pawn with not trading. a3 is hang. Okay, and he's hanging fork here. Fares Nasser tried, if you can't just wait until I will finish this game, I will show you how to do that. I will try to use my passed pawn even pressure here, and if he try to bring his king, just he will lose that pawn. And that's also if he tries to go near, that probably will be hard to defend these kingside pawns, because he will spend time to bring that here. Okay, if he takes that pawn, this will be hanged. I will win this probably, but my time isn't that much, so I need to do that pre-moves. How I say. I can even sacrifice the rook for bishop and pawn. Okay, he's doing that. Let's don't let him to go forward, then the pawn is. Okay, now he has very not much squares, so that should be made, right? Okay, I forced him to go that line of the board and win him. Okay, let's start a new game here. We had really good win over there, like typical Magnus endgame. Let's try to bring this. Also, bishop b5 can be moved, but he will force me to take after a6. And I will create for him really good pawn structure. That won't be a mistake, you know, but that's a little bit active for him. Also, this b2, b4 can be played, so let's attack on that square, so he can't bring the figure there. I could also play b5 and some trade. Bishop will be hanged. I will force him some moves. Knight e5, that pawn will be hanged, right? Where can I activate my bishop? Because his bishop on d6 is a little bit active and I can't bring that on f4, I will try to go back and trade that pawns. Sorry, bishops. I said pawns that he's started push that I'm a little bit worried about. But I believe that should be okay, right? Now I have this good e5. Ah, yes. Do you see that move? Not a problem, just I'm a little bit happy to see that because the knight was protecting on e5 and somehow I can't jump on there. So that's why that's a little bit good, I will say. h6 is hanging, that should be a bit hard for him to defend. So let's do that. Knight f5, yes, only defending move, but just trade, and no, he can't even take that. The only move is h5, but this pawn on g5 will be hanged. So let's sacrifice a pawn here, because if he takes, I can take it back, but a6 will be hanged. And then I will try to go b5 if he takes, but I don't think he will take, you know? That will be a really big blunder by him. And because he's 1700, I don't think he will do that, but also that's a plan. b5, I will block his bishop from his pawn, and then my rook can take that pawn, and that should be GG. Because a5 will be open for me. Okay, that pawn is gonna lose or not? Not really, because my queen will be hanged here. And also that's defending the knight. What should I do? Let's bring on e5 because the rook defending the queen now. I can move my knight. Well, let's take. I don't wanna take this pawn on h7, it will be slow from me. And that should be okay. What if queen back? Queen back, just try to go a7, but I will defend that a7 with rook a8. But if I bring my rook on a1, I'm not sure he will do that. But because we are forcing him a move here, because I was threatened this, and even I don't have to take. I will wait until he will take, and he just can't do anything there. Bishop g6. Bishop g6, if he takes, his bishop on d7 will be hanged. If not, just do this. Okay, he's trying to be aggressive, but also I have this passed pawn, so I will try to use that. Queen d4 check. Yes. I don't think why he's pushing that pawns forward. Queen d8 only move or rook d8? Okay, but his pawn is lost, and that's queen. So why he can take, I'm at the pawn. Let's check one more time. Queen b6 right, that should be a mistake. Or not, no, a7 isn't work here. We have to do this primus. What is he doing here? Okay, he's losing this endgame. I have only 9 seconds. Let's see if I'm gonna win this or not. That should be GG, right? Okay, and here is 9. We were really fast there, and he knows that he can't time out me. e3, why is he starting with e3? Maybe mouse click, because e3 just plays trying to go c3 and b4, d4. Fares Nasser, are you here? I need to show you that how can you do primos. If you find, tell me about that. b6, okay, you are here. You did it or not? Okay, let's force him to just do this. I was just playing chess, I couldn't find it. Okay, don't leave this stream. After I will finish this game, I will show you how to change that from settings, okay? Rook b2 and rook b8, right? Let's go back. Yes. f2 or f4? f7 or f5? I thought I was playing as white. I think it. Da. I think rook take can be good because I wouldn't have two pieces to disturbing that rook when I was playing knight f6 or bishop f6. Okay, the rook is under attack. Let's play e3, force him to take with a bishop. Okay, he's not doing that. He can't take with a queen. The knight will be lost. Okay, I'm a little bit. That was a little bit unexpected. He didn't took that. Because I'm taking all these pawns, right? He's up exchange, but I have to pawns, and that's doing great job here. This pawn is defensive, like he can't check or something here. This pawn is attacking. Can I sacrifice the knight? If he takes, I will take with a bishop. He can't go this back f5, but I think he will afraid to take that. The rook will be defend all that. Well, now let's go back. Now I have another threat here. Queen g3. King h1, king f1. That's mate or that's mate. That depends how he will go. And that should be mate. But because he's blocking his position with bishop e2 and I'm blocking with pawn on e3, that shouldn't be easy for him to bring these pieces into the game. But take it also should be mistake here, you know? Maybe he should try to bring a piece there. Okay, and that's made. Well, Fares Nasser, but bad thing is that that's Armenian, but you see them where that is, and try to do that, right? And let's see if I can uh, okay, let's start to change the language, and then I will do that. Okay, where is this language? Wait a minute, please. I will find that. I changed it a lot of times. Okay, that's the language. Okay, we have English here. Okay, see, but see, can I find that primos or not? Gameplay, right? And then show legal moves. Enable pre-moves. Do you see this? Forest Nasser. That's enable pre-moves that you need to do that. And please wait a minute. I will return after uh, I am not free at this time. Okay. You try to do that. Just all settings and then gameplay. Okay, I will return soon. Okay, hello everyone. Sorry for this. I had to gone. Okay, let's start play here. Send me challenges, right? Let's. Okay, so I was trying c6. That was just mouse click. Not that bad, right? Let's defend this knight because after trade, my pawn on d5 would be hang. So that's still okay. h6 to force him take, or knight b4 can be also move here because that's attacking on the bishop. Okay, he will try to bring the queen. Okay, maybe my idea that I said could be a little bit good than this. Not a problem, you know. I will try to take the knight and then this pawn will be hang. So even now I can take this because there isn't no open check and take that figure because also queen is protecting. So that's a pin for him. He can take and then threatening take and double his pawns. Bishop e2 can be a move to defend that, but because his bishop can return anyway on d3, let's take that bishop and try to create some threats here. And I can use this open check and activate my bishop and so on. That should be a good idea. We can try to do this, right? Okay, queen d3. Let's overprotect this pawn, and because now we are up a pawn, we will push that, and that should be okay. If we push now, he can't take with a check because, sorry, he can't take, just take, because rook d1 will be hang. Okay, I don't know if that's right move or not. But anyway, let's take and the knight, yes? Because if he takes with a queen, his bishop will be hang. The best move that could be in that position, just he could take with a pawn and not blunder figure here because that's why he resigned. Okay, I'm waiting for your challenges. Just if you are ready, send me challenge and let's play. I will help improve your chess. Okay, and let's overprotect the c4 pawn. And because he will take and that pawn will be hang. But he's threatening c4 here. And I would go back. That pawn would be hanged. That was the idea. Not a huge problem because a3. If he takes, I will take. And after this trade, my bishop will be so good there. I will try to do that. Let's do this d5. I will take after this. And that should be okay, right? Okay, he did very well that he didn't take that. Because my pawns are double and I can't just bring it in the inactive square. The pawn would disturb me and help. So I don't care if I lost it. Let's check. Bishop e6. I have knight g5. I will take that and I will try to take the pawn on e6. Let's play knight d4, not knight g5 because h6 could be moved that if I try to go forward. Maybe that was a threat, right? Okay, let's trade. And then if he takes with a pawn, bishop f5. He can't take because that's pin and there isn't any way to defend, just push forward. And let's bring another bishop, because that's also pin. Very good. And a4, I will take that, right? I will take with a bishop, and because for pin, he can take it back, and let's sacrifice the bishop. Because if he take with a knight, I will pin this. Queen can jump and check, but that won't work. I don't care if this is open. Okay, that's a pin, he will lose that. If he plays something like knight d7 to protect, I would pin that knight too. Okay, that's not a pin, he get out of this. Very normal. After he will move his knight, queen h5 is a move, right? g6 can happen, but not a problem. I will pin this, and he can take. Okay, he took anyway, but let's push this forward, because that can be really good here. Okay, just let's bring it back. I think this move is okay. And pawn d7, right? Okay, hello Fiji 49. I just had to go. Some work waited for me. I saw you you came back, but I didn't hear at the time. If you wanna play, send me challenge after this, and I will play with you, okay? We can try to make here like this, so we have to sacrifice the rook. I think that should be bad. Okay, let's resign, no problem. We have Scandinavian defense here. Okay, let's just take. I don't want, if I were black, I won't do that pawn sacrifice, because anyway your position is going to be active. Why you need that sacrifice? d5 and g4, f5 could be moved, and he is also defending that square. How can we continue this? Bishop b3, right? He's maybe trying to bring his queen on c7. Okay, now let's take, because this knight on f6 is doing great protectively job, because h5 is also protected and h7 is also protected. But now that's okay, right? This is hang, so we can protect with f4, but I don't know, that could be a little bit risky. Because I'm opening this file, he can check and try to do something here. Maybe in time pressure that should be not really good for me, but king h1 can be a move to get out of that check. f5 won't work. And what is he trying to do? That's the question you need to know before you move. I don't care if my pawns were double here, because anyway I would have really a good kingside. Okay, how could I thought my bishop was just there. Okay, I can't understand the g6 move, that should be not good probably. I will try bishop b2 and d6. That will open this nice file for my bishop, because that's why I'm not still resigning this. But I think I can bring my queen on h6, and after that try to mate right, because if bishop b2 he would understand my plan. But now that could be a little bit tricky. Even queen f6 can be moved. f6 can be a little bit good, even because why? Because if queen h6, he can go somehow f6, right? If he defends it, I don't know, with a rook or something. and that should be mate. I will try to go that path. That if I bring my queen somehow on f6, just he can't kick there. And I had to go back. Probably because f6 is well protected from me. That's why I will bring the bishop too. I think queen h6 can be a little bit good, yes? Okay, he fought very hard and played c5. But why? c4 can be idea, but he has to think about his weaknesses. I could even play f5. Okay, that's really aggressive because if that pawn was gone, I think there should be some attacking ideas by him. But also I'm trying to create too. What if I sacrifice the bishop and then e6? That should be made threat. I'm not sure. Can we take? Okay, don't take the bishop and play bishop b2 right, because I want to kick his queen, because after bishop trade, c2 will be hanging. If he takes, hanging, and my bishop his queen being that c2 square somehow after this trade that could happen. And now that's probably really good. e6, just I would have that attacking idea, even I don't need to take. Let's go forward because he has to defend that. Okay, if I take, he won't take my bishop, he will take my rook. Okay, I could even take with a check, right? Okay, his bishop was attacking there too, right? That's why bishops are so tricky in that endgame, but if I didn't do my plan how I said, that should be really slow from me and that should be losing. Can we defend? Okay, if I take, his queen will be in a very good square, so don't let him do that. d5 and trade, right? Okay, that's still over defended. Can we force him to take? e4 is hanged, but I don't like to take that first because he will take my queen and I can't castle. Also, this will be doubled and my pawn structure will be damaged after that. Can this happen or not? I want to go c5 or even e5 could be moved in that position. And then try to fork. If not fork, that would that pawn on e4 if I went. There will be really nice squares which will be defended. Okay, but not a huge problem. I took with a c pawn, not d pawn, because that should be open for his rook and he would create some attacks. Because he went bishop e4, I had to protect my rook and now I can't castle. But now what I need to trade this figures how much I can, because my king isn't in a safe square. But it's still okay because I keep my pawn structure really good here. I will try to attack on his bishop and try to bring my disactive bishop. Okay, it has really good diagonals here, but what this bishop is doing? Nothing. Just I can activate and create some pin, but no, that's not work, you know? So let's take his active piece and activate our d5 or not. I think we don't have to take that. That won't be advantage, I think, because that's pawns are really good here. Okay, he has 95, yes. Okay, I think in that d8 square can be nice place there. Okay, that's still not attack. I'm following that open attack somehow. And this a6 won't, isn't hanging because the knight is hanging too. If he moves the knight, I will think about that. But my position is still okay. Well, I can't take. But I don't need even. What is he trying to do? Knight c5, yes, always follow his attacking squares, but knight c5 want to do something here. Knight c5, just queen b5, and that should be trade, right? Okay, still I can take. If he takes... Okay, he's over pressuring this, so let's go forward. And that's well protected. If it's not, he can take without sacrificing a piece with the knight. But for the knight, he has to do that 2 moves to attack on it. But at the time, just d5 and that should be okay, because that's another protection from the bishop. And that pawn will protect that, but we need to be sure that from this open attack somehow he can't do which he wants. Let's try to damage his pawn structure. He played very bad, I will say. Knight c5 and go back. He just could do that without losing a tempo. That's why I think my position is a little bit good. That's still okay, yes? But I am thinking about time. Well, let's take. Okay, no problem from there. He's also fast. It's time to resign or not yet? I think that's right time. Okay, send me challenges. I will be happy to play with you. Okay, we have Caro-Kann defense. Just I will try to break this pawn chain, and then my bishop will be active on that square. But how can I do that? Just follow for weaknesses. Now his weaknesses is the dark squares. I will jump to it and let's see, can I do something here or not? Okay, why he sacrificed the rook? I think that's he blundered, not sacrificed. Let's take, and now we can trade, right? Because my bishop isn't doing a great job and his knight will be much active on that d5 square. The pawn is under attack. We don't need to just go forward, defend it, because I will lose a move there, right? So what if just push forward? And this is hanging and this is hanging. Okay, no problem. I think that pawn will gonna lose anyway, but I'm up exchange. I don't think too afraid from trade, and he's still not doing trade here. That should be right, yes? Because in endgame, when I have a rook and he is knight, in that low-rated players, for them that should be hard, but when you have a rook in this 1700 rating and the opponent has knight, that's almost mean win for you. Okay, I saw that a little bit late, but still okay, yes. If I go back, he will mate on back rank. Queen e4, I won't lose my bishop. Just go back, even queen is protecting. Is there any attacking plans? How can I create one? Bishop d4, I don't know, let's still defend this position. This should be okay, right? Bishop d4, he will blunder the rook, but how can I create some attacks? I'm not sure about that. Okay, this pawn is protected. h2 is protected, everything is under control. Okay, you can take this pawn on b2. And then a3, right? I will try to bring my rook on b5 and take this. Okay, he's threatening mate. Let's defend that square. Even bishop takes, then I can take because the rook is guarding that d1 square. What should I try? Bishop b6, but if check, just f1, yes? Okay, if we sacrifice, that can be really good for me if we try to take that. Can I offer a trade or not? I think my pawns will be hanged because that's why I need to be more careful there. Queen a4 and maybe bishop d4. That will be double attack. Okay, not a problem if we do this. So I said bishop b2 and no, a3 is now defended. What if bishop h6 and try to mate? I will defend with a bishop, right? All defended, yes? Bishop g7 I'm expecting. Or even if not, d8 is protected with a rook and bishop. He will jump there to protect that position, right? Here, just check and take my rook, but can I mate him? My time is also running. Okay, that was a little bit risky, so he won't take that risk. Another check. Is this gonna work? Okay, you saw? That's why time pressure is so bad here. I don't need to think hard in that middle game. Just save your energy and time for end game. Let's go c6 and protect this position here. Let's castle, and my dark square bishop is doing great job here. Rotate a gap and play rapid for win. Ah, yes, like that. I'm a little bit tired, even if you are careful. Now I'm not 1800, and even in this account I reached 2000 rating. Just I don't know what. I'm playing when I'm tired, and when I'm not tired, I'm not playing great. I don't know why it's like this. If you check my channel, Chess.com channel, in this account I reached that much rating. I lost 100 rating rapid and 1300 blitz, 200 bullet, right? I think I said through that. That's a little bit hard to speak and play, but not a problem. I don't think that's really much matters, but I have a character when I am playing chess. I just uses my all powers for it. Okay, c5 I will hang is hanging. After if he takes with a queen, bishop will be hang right. If he not take, bishop will be hanging anyway. I will try to take that. Okay. Now, what position we have? We have a position that he can't castle. Knight safe. Am I need? Did I need it or not? I think if I sacrifice that, that's also could be good, right? Because that position is a little bit tricky. I'm waiting he will blunder something there. Okay, this is protected, and if back, we will lose even g1. Okay, that can be moved, why not? Let's protect my queenside pawns. g5, g4 could be moved or not? Because I want to use that pin. That should be aggressive, but I like that aggressive play from here. Okay. I thought that his knight is pinned, that he can do something here, and I think that should. But that was a pin. Okay, let's try to play a little bit more complicated. We are reached 1600, right? Okay, let's just try to think hard, but also play fast. Okay. Bishop f5, right? Let's force him to take or go back. With g5. g5 I think he will take. If not take, there's just some weaknesses in his position. Also I will pressure this. The knight is hang. So queen e2 will be only moved at defense, but after knight e7, such as that should be pinned. Now that's not pinned, but this pawn is hang. If I take the rook, and after he will take with a queen, I can't take that, because I did that. Okay, and how I promised, I am playing a little bit complicated in this game. And that's mate, right? Because these 1700 rated players doesn't play so much well, I will say, because I resist against 2000 rated players in my prime. Because white that's easy, but I can't concentrate in this game, you know? I'm playing before 12 o'clock because I was so much relaxed, and because I am doing some sort of sports, my energy is very low at the time. Not at the time, after that I will say. That's why that's a little bit hard to play when you are low on energy. F4 is a move. Okay, I tricked him. I thought right, he would miss that. Because before bishop e3 I hadn't any move. And see, that happens that now I have. Okay, his rook is gonna be lost here. Not rook, just exchange. His queen will be on a8. That will be attack on my pawn. That's also really good idea when you are thinking on his time also. Wesley Veskukesh is live, Norway chess. Okay. What are you thinking? Who will win that? I think Wesley so is doing great job, you know. He defeated Magnus, and he's on going on first place, right? Or Alireza. I think Alireza is going to second place at the moment, right? But I think that's still 50-50. Kukesh and Wesley. Okay, you can follow that game and tell me in my next stream. Just I can't just see that games which is really long. I can't just watch it. I like to play when I am thinking really hard there. I love that classic games, but when I am playing, let's break this queen side. And also this king side is very well protected for him. I can't do something here, just some pawn push. He will take and pass on, and my pawns will be isolated, so why I need to do in this queen side? a3 can be a move, and I will trade right. And opposite me, he is trying to break this king side. If I not take, my pawns will be isolated, which I was afraid too. Let's take, why not? And I can even bring my rook on this h1 and break it 7th rank, okay? But now I have to, because his bishop is active here. But if I bring the rook, how can I kick that? I don't know, but why he's sacrificing this pawn? Is this free, or he will do something here that will disturb my plans? I think that's a really bad move, but I don't think what he thought about that. Okay, now my rook is defending my bishop, so I can go d3 easily. And then take, just let's be sure he can't go forward, right? And also this pawn is hanging. Rook g6, bishop e3. That bishop will be gone after that if you don't think about that. My pawn is hanged, king c2. And he can't defend all that position if he takes that pawn. Now he can. I will go king c2, only move that he can play. Rook back to b8. But this pawn on f3 will be lost here, right? Because I am attacking the rook and the bishop at the same time. King g4. Okay, now because rook is guarding this bishop, I can play, for example, rook b6. I could even try rook g6, but I don't know if that was gonna work or not. Just now I'm trying to push this pawn forward. Even this c pawn if it meets somehow. Okay, if I stack, I need to go forward. I'm offering bishop straight, he's not he's not accepting that. Okay, he misses that. Let's make a knight. Okay, that was mouse click. But I'm still winning, right? He's up on time, but I will win that probably. Because if you are checking, opponents can't to move like he wants. That's why I won anyway this game. Okay, now we are a little bit already than the start when we started to play. This is simple moves, but it's also really powerful, you know. Bishop d6 can be moved, queen c7, and I will try to castle and try to break this center, because he's king in the center. Let's try to do something about that, right? Just before this can be trade. Okay, he's going forward. If I take, he will bring his pawn. If I don't take, that should be really good. Okay, I forked. My bishop is hanged. He's probably thinking how we can take which knight can jump there. The knights are so tricky, you know. Just can I offer him knight trade or bishop trade can be good? I'm not sure. I want to bring my pieces on active squares, but also because I'm down one, I don't wanna get some really much trades there. Okay, he took the knight, let's take it back. I was waiting for this move. And then I will trade and rook g8, right? His kingside isn't really good developed. Just one piece that can't go there. Okay, that's also defending. And even bishop f3 won't work, and I think he hasn't any protection on his king side. Because why I will try to do that? He's offering trade, I don't want. rook is defended and there is no trade threat. Yes, that's really threat. Okay, I would like to play rook b6, but you know why I didn't do that. Also rook a6. Just let's be sure the knight is defended here. He's probably thinking about knight c6. I think that should be a mistake. Okay, he isn't doing that because queen a8. Just that should be pin and hurt him for him to move to get free about that. Let's take the knight and then queen g8. Can we do something about that? This is hanging. Even if I take, what can I do? Okay, rook d8 is unstoppable. Let's start new game here. Okay, we have Sicilian defense. Let's try to open this. Bishop c4, just he will go d5 and that should be all. Let's not risk the assault. And d5, yes. Knight back. And then f4, d4, a3. That will be just trade. Okay, I could even take. But in this position my bishop is activating and he's, I will say, losing moves, right? He's letting me kick his figures, which can be good for him. And bishop a3, he can castle sometime. King g2, because if it's needs, I can bring in h3. Because h1, just what can I do if he bring the bishop over there? Let's defend with a queen, because he would try to go c5 and he could castle after that, right? Let's bring the rook and then the bishop, right? Because if I take the knight, I will take this pawn on c5. Okay, now I want. We can't also take some, give some pressure on this pawn, and also defend this c5 pawn. He hasn't any pressure on my position, right? That's why I will say my position is a little bit good. I'm down a pawn, but I will return that in my next move. Even rook c8 won't work, because just bishop back and that could be any pin there. Okay, that's not gonna lost, because if he takes c4 and that should be pin, and I will take that, right? Let's go c4 to open this rook anyway. And then what should I play? Okay, let's take his bishop, because I would like to bring my rook on c7 and I can push that pawn forward, right? One more square and I will remain only one. Okay, that's defended. What is he trying to do? He's trying to make a queen, yes? If he goes there, I will take. Just he can't take his bishop. That's all squares are defended. And how can he save this pawn on a4? That's gonna be lost. That's why you need to activate your pieces, then have some pawns there. Because he was up a pawn, but now am I, and I have this unstoppable pawn on d7. Okay, bro, are you here? My voice was gone. I was speaking and it just gone, you know? He's trying to take this pawn. Let's go queen g4. We are sacrificing this pawn on c6, but f8 can be moved. And mate on g1. Malpre 6zl. Are you here? Okay, that's a pin. c5 to open this rook. I still can't do anything here. But he can, right? What if back and attack on e5, e4, sorry. e4 check, and he protects. Not sure. Let's defend, he can't take, his queen will be hanged. But if I take, my bishop will be hanged. Okay, that would I check. I think that should be winning for me after rook g8 and open check with bishop, that should be made. Okay, that's with a check. Another check. Okay, really bad. Our time is a low too. And he also wants rematch. If he takes knight f6, I will take it back. Okay, that's really like, I will say, French defense, right? When he's playing d4 and e6, d5. You will see that same position as French defense. The difference is that he plays d3 in this position. Because this pawn on a5 is a little bit undefended. Okay, he's bringing pieces, but there is not like that. d4, just I will weaken this e4 square. Let's go here after I take, and if he takes with a knight, that should be hanged, right? If I take, I think I don't have to do that. Let's go c4 to don't let him break this sole pawn structure. Also, that's still defended. Our bishop is doing really protectively job here to defend all this. h5 is a threat, I would say. Let's go h5 to be sure he can't push that forward. He's probably trying to go f4, but h4 pawn he blunders. He's not taking back. If he takes, my pawns will be double, but rook g8, and then bishop e4 or bishop h3 can be a move. Try to take his g2 pawn. With bishop h3 g2, also a g3, or even knight e1 can be moved, right? But I will take, and if he takes with a knight h3, I will pin this. If I take, here that's the rook. If I take, trade here, probably e1. Take the rook. I don't think I still need to take. If rook e1, he will plunder the rook, so probably rook d1 will save that. Okay, that's why I say. Or even his king can go this center, because f1 I would have open checks there. Queen h8 check won't give him something. Just king d7 and this should be open. If he takes, that would be final mistake from him. He is doing right not let me do that. Bishop is hang, let's go back, and he will try to trade the rook. Okay, or even attack, but now he has to go back. And there is just no idea, he could even just go back without losing a move. That's why you need to know one or 2-3 moves ahead than some other moves. Knight is hang, pawn on b2 can be hang. Let's take, and then I can take even b2. Or I think that's a little bit important to activate the queen, then the rook. We don't have even to take. Let's check and force him to go h5. Well, I think I can make him lay, right or not? King h2, check. King h4, check. Yes, check is unstoppable. I will not only check, just bring my queen into the game and win this, right? Rook g2. That will be made, right? After knight h4. Okay, we played really good. Just you need some calculation, because if you mistake somehow, that can be miss for all your game. Okay, mouse click. If it takes, knight will be hanged. My bishop is active, and that's untouble my pawns, right? Okay, let's do some moves here to bring that's an active square. Let's take. So I don't need to do this if we traded the queens, because when the queens is traded, you need to think about really hard for your king defection. Let's not hang this g5. Okay, there is still no threat. Rook a2, and we will lose a pawn there. Rook b2, I will attack on a2. Can I go there somehow? If not, just I don't know. Okay, let's attack on this. Because the knight on d4, that's why he can do that. knight e5 and his pawn will be lost, yes. I will take with a rook. Okay, let's do that. He's trying to bring his pieces on my king side. I am threatening check and take his queenside only pawn. Okay, that's a check too, but I think I'm gonna lose my pawn to king a5, yes. Knight a1, I will force his pawns to go forward. I will win this somehow, but how can I get some advantage? If he takes, the knight will be hanged, he will lose immediately. If I take, that should be okay. Okay, he can just defend all this. He's up a pawn, but his king is very far from it. Sacrifice the knight. I think that should be draw anyway. Let's repeat this position. He's up a pawn, but because my king is near to his pawn's than him, I will try to probably win this, why not? King a5, he will go king c5 to defend the knight, which is protecting that pawn. This also move. He's losing his pawn anyway. Just how I said that my king is closer than him. That's why he needed to make a draw with me. Let's try some pre-moves here to not lose on time, not lose, that will be draw, because he hasn't that much material. Okay, and oh, he just sacrificed the knight that I didn't even see. Okay, that's a draw. That was a tricky, right? The knight he went on e8. That was a tricky position for sure. Well, let's play another game. We have French defense, so let's just activate these pieces and trade right to simplify that. He's losing a pawn there, right? Okay, I can't take. Let's go back to also defend this pawn on d5 and take it back. I will threaten bishop f4 and then fork him. Okay, he's doing forcing moves. Let's castle. Rook a1, right? I will take with a queen and threaten anything there. So let's pin, why not? How can he get out of this bishop a2? Bishop a7. Okay, I don't have to take to sacrifice this, because if he can go his bishop back, probably he can save that position. Like this. Let's force him to take. If not, just goes back here. What is he doing? I think that's anyway not right. If he takes, I will be up a pawn. But if the queens were betrayed, I will just lose this game, right? That's why he took with a bishop. And that's okay. I will bring this rook on a1, just let's be sure he can't bring his queen and attack on this g2 square. If he brings that means that will be loose for me, but I will be careful about that. If he overprotect his a2 square and jump with his bishop, that can't be good for me. I will lose the rook here, because now map exchange. Let's try to save that. He's trying to jump over here. Let's defend this pawn. What should I play? Maybe just I need to defend this position and wait some trades here or not. I'm not sure about this. What if I try to open this position? He takes, I have a check, and then I will use my bishop there. Yes. Okay, I'm threatening check, and king h8, and check one more time. If I take, I will lose that right. If I not to take, is this gonna be made or not? Queen here. Okay, let's bring bishop back, and that's bad, right? Because after one move or two moves later, I will mate him too. Let's play another 3 minutes here. We are playing Caro-Kann. Let's see if we do this. We will sacrifice the knight on f7. Okay, now let's take on d6. Rook a1 and knight check is a move, but let's check because I will take this pawn. King f8 we lose immediately. King g8 also not that good, because if I take with a knight, I will open check and probably take his rook. Okay, that's a move too. King a8 could be a little bit better than this. To defend his bishop, like queen g8 is a move, which he plays. Let's not try to this open check, because I will lose the bishop, and if I take the rook, maybe I can't save that knight at that position. So let's still defend this, right? Now, because I would go the knight, and that will be check, from my rook, and then his queen will be undefended on that position. That's why I brought it here. We have another check with a bishop. That's why king a8 could be a little bit better than this. Because I'm bringing all this and pressuring his position. That's why he resigned. Okay, well played. Let's play Varna Gambit this game. We didn't play like 5 games in a row. I missed that opening. If he takes, that will be 4. So I think he cannot take. But that's a little bit undefended my king side, you know. I need to castle as soon as possible. Okay, d4 now won't work. I will try to defend and then go d4. Still I can't, yes? Let's just be sure we are defending. And then play d4 and castle. Because now I can't. And even if not castle, knight d5. Okay, he's pinning this. Let's go knight d5 and he will lose his bishop. Or even the rook. Let's see, can I fork him? Maybe he forgets about that. Okay, but if check, I think I can't keep my knight then. Let's take the piece because that's very good when you are taking a piece. Not exchange. He has to go his knight back. If back, I will try to knight d5. It takes, and he will take with a pawn. Okay, he's risking because he is losing here, right? Queen h1, this can be a move. Okay, g3, really good move, I will say. How can I get out of this? Okay, I missed that move. Let's take. That should be only move, right? Let's offer queen trade. Queen h2 I'm expecting because anyway he's down a piece. That I won with fork on d5 when my knight jumped there. Okay, because he hasn't really much figures here. That should be defended, right? Because just in that position when you have when you need to have some bishops and knights, which will be tricky to fork and pin, that should be winning, not this position, because his attack was being over after 2 or 3 moves later, when he sacrificed the material, when I need to sacrifice it back to save that position. But that's still okay, I'm winning. I'm up a knight and a 1 pawn here. And also my center is really good there. Let's try to take his pawn, rook g8. Okay, he's not playing it. That's just undefended. He's not even trying to defend because I have 2 attackers on it. Now he can't defend, right? He's trying to play most aggressive move, try to get something from here. And he's playing very fast, try to run out my time here. After this trade, okay, that should be passed pawn for me. Okay, I can take this. Even c3 could be better, I'm thinking. Okay, he's attacking on it, so let's just defend. And because I wasn't do anything protectively moved to just have this nice rook that I brought on a pawn. Just I could do any protectively moved, but my position could be that much active there. So when you're playing fast, that's still okay in your position. Because why not rook? Okay, my time is running. Can we try to trade those, all this or not? If we do that, that should be at least draw here. Let's try to trade the rooks. Okay, I missed that trade. My time is also low. Okay, now I am going to make a new queen and make him. Okay, my time was very much. I think even we had a second star. Some 3 seconds, yes? Let's place Sicilian opening. d5 can be moved and trade, right? Or even because he's playing active, bring all these figures on the center. If I try to force him to take, I will bring this pawn on d5 and kick his bishop. Okay, now let's do that. Now my light square bishop is active there. Rook a1, just bishop a6, and that should be protected. If he moves his rook, I'm waiting for it. Queen b6, b2 will be hang, f2 will be hang. That should be a little bit hard for him to defend. Also h6, I think he will just sacrifice that. In this position that won't work. I played this so many times and I can say it. Because h7 is protected, I won't do any blunder there to lose that position. But that can be tricky, you know. I will try to bring the rook. Okay, the knight was hanging. I'm going to be mate because I thought the queen is defending from b6. I will send him rematch. Let's see if he can accept or not, because we are already a figure in that position. Okay, I will win this from Vienna Gambit. Let's defend h4. Okay, this is possible. Cheers. Well, he's protecting h7. Let's bring another piece into the game. The knight, yes? Because if I check him from a7 and he takes, h7 will be hang, I will take it and that should be mate, right? Let's see if this gonna work or not. If he not take, I will take, and this can be protectively for him, right? He will protect that yet. I sacrifice the bishop because I'm up a queen. If he takes with a rook, g6 will be hang, and g8 should be moved. Okay, very good. Let's bring all these pieces. Okay, when you are playing Primus, they are trying to trick you to somehow tag on your side. Not sure, maybe he's trying to open this position for his bishop, which he did. But also, I have a really good position because he has all his figures on that line. Okay, I missed this, right? If he takes the bishop, his knight will be hanged. e6 can be moved, right? Or not? That's hanging. I don't know that's footwork, if not. Just if you take, or even pawn is hanging. Okay, he chooses to take that, not a problem. I won't force him something. If queen takes, he will blunder his bishop. If bishop takes, just I'm protecting this from castling. And then because he's king in the middle, and that's all for me, his position is a little bit deceptive. Only bishops are doing great job here. That's why he's trying to trade my really good queen. Let's not trade. After this, let's be sure he can't do threaten like this. That's why you need to have experience to see all that threats that he can do. Because I had a really lot positions that they just pinned, and I lost a figure there. And he lost f8 and g7 squares completely. I'm still defending that. What is he trying? Okay, not problem, bro. I have a plan. See if it gonna work or not. Queen b3. Queen b3 check, he can't block this somehow. Queen b3 check, king a8, and that's mate. Is he gonna see that? But how can he protect? Let's think about it. Okay, 6. Okay, now queen is joined for that. If his bishop was in d6, they just couldn't be right. Okay, I am forgetting that his queen is defending. Let's go back and bishop g5. Okay, he blunders that too. Now we are have then 1 minute. Bro, just my voice was gone when you said hi before this. My voice was gone. I am saying that now you are lost in connection, and I was even lost on voice, I will say. But I said that now you are a moderator. You asked, and now you are. Okay, his queen was hanging. That's a really good time pressure. Okay, I can play with you on Lichess. Say your username. I will find you and we will play, okay? Okay, how timeout? I just didn't lose the move there anytime. I played pre-move, but okay. Bro, you are sending your Lichess ID. I will find you and we will play. Let's play one more game. I will wait for you. I think after this game I would have your username. Like ID on only chess. If you want, you can search me if I am not mistaken. My Lichess ID is Athenian2, like this. Okay, username. Your name on Lichess. Say it and I will find you and we will play, yes? This is defended. Let's attack on his knight, and here 3 pieces are under attack. The good thing is for him, he can take this. Low I. Okay. Only chess. Well, after this I will find you. If I'm not mistaken, my name is Atheniano Lichess, like how that's wrote here. But I'm not sure. That's why I will find you and I will send you challenge. But what's the difference? I think Chess.com is a really good than Lichess. Are you agree with me or not? That's a fork, and then g2 will be hanged. I'm trying to do that. I think he saw he's wasting much time here. Okay, after this game I will find you on Lichess and send you a challenge. Let's see how we will end this game. Rook g1 or rook f2. Okay, he misses mating 1. Okay, you don't have to wait so much. He just lost this game. Okay, I'm going to find you and send challenge. I think I found you. Okay, let's bring this knight here. Knight f5 is a move, right?